Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Thursday Live. I am Denise Armenio, certified emotion code, body code, group energy facilitator, and genius biofeedback practitioner. And I am here with Claire McIntyre. And today we are going to be going over all the updates for the Quanta capsule and just doing a little, I'm going to share the screen and try to go through as much as I can on my on this Zoom view, and I will also hop a little bit between the Genius and the Zoom so you can see it together. So if anybody does have specific questions on the Quanta capsule, we can get to them. There are a few things that I just want to go over and make sure that everybody understands before we really get started. And I'm going to read it, that way I don't forget anything. So just bear with me for a minute. But the items that have changed on the Quanta capsule with this latest update is that number one, the recent Quanta capsule updates provide the ability to auto load pending scans. So I will be showing you that. And when a user creates a Quanta capsule profile, their profile is linked by their email address. So we will also be able to show you how to make sure that you link that up in the client records through the Genius. The next thing is when you import the pending voice scan from the client records page, you are importing their profile based upon their linked Quanta email. So all this is really important because you might set up duplicate client records. And then again, in here, the third point is that this causes a conflict if you already have the same user loaded as a customer within your Genius app. You will now have two clients who are essentially the same person. Your current Genius client with no active email address, and then the new client with an active email account. To resolve this, navigate to your Access Past clients and then edit and add their email details. Make sure you add their Quanta email address. It must be their Quanta email if they have a Quanta capsule. And remember, we only save the last 5 scan results. This ensures when you click on the load pending scans that the correct client's profile and email will be loaded into the Genius. And the new Quanta update will also allow for the date of birth to be auto-populated within your Genius. And the software release notes can be found on the software download links. Now, I will tell you on the MacBook Air, you cannot update the birth date yet. So I will, when you see mine, you will see that it's not there, but on my phone it is. So I'll try to hold up my phone so that you can see that. In the meantime, let me just go to share my screen right now with you. So I think everybody should be able to see both, right, Claire? Everybody can see
Yep.
everything there? Great. So the first thing that we would do now, first, you can see, I'm going to use myself. So I'm going to be the practitioner on the Genius and also the client on the Quanta capsule, just so that there's no confusion. You understand what's happening. It was just easier to do it this way. You can see that I have pending scans and voice and image uploaded. Now, the reason why we did it this way is because we don't want any HIPAA violations. So if you had multiple scans pending, you wouldn't see any names. So if you click on it, now you can see my name here. and I'm allowing it and it's all okay. So we're not violating anything. This is just for demonstration. I am not going to click on it because actually I'm going to go into the Quanta capsule, which you could see here on the right. This is my profile, and it's under my profile. And if you have an iPhone, or check your device on whatever you're viewing it on, you should see under profile, and I know I'm skipping around. Um, this is my phone. So you can see it says your date of birth in there, and I've already added it in. There is a little correction that will need to be updated. I think if the birthday was not added in, it's in Italian for right now. So we put that report in, but just so you know, it still works. And once you add your birth date in, it converts to English. So that will be corrected. So now if I just back out here, and we go into the navigation area, and here is all, this is the back office essentially. So this is
Que-
where I just was in my profile. And now if I go and upload my voice and image, let's do that so everybody can see. So it's going to ask you your Genius email required, and I am going to put in my email. They are both the same. So I'm going to put in my email in here. That would be for my Genius, not the Quanta capsule. Okay, whoops, I have a little spelling mistake in there.
Question
Okay,
for Denise, because I see that's on 6.8.3. Did your update come through, or
where do you see that?
under your profile? It was at the bottom.
Huh, because I just added it, so let me see. Good catch. Sorry, I have all my,
So
oh,
version 6.8.3 on there. It's
uh,
mine that wasn't showing the birth date was 6.8.2.
okay, well, I think everything else is working, so because I only updated this, I mean, I added this from the um application store today, so it should have been the most updated.
Okay.
Let me just see.
That's
Hold on.
perhaps I'm behind. Yeah.
Let me just see if there's an update here. I don't know what that will. Um, yeah, interesting. Because I'm looking. I know you guys can't see this version history. Let's just see. So the latest one when you on the App Store is 6.8.3. So, well, that's probably part of the reason. But anyway, and it is 8.5 on my phone. So we'll put in a report for that. But anyway, so let's just go back to where we were. We're going to go into the back office. And here's where I can upload my voice and image. I'm going to add my email again to my practitioner, which in this case is also me. Okay, and I'm going to hit OK. And now I can upload my voice. So I am just going to hit record. Denise Michelle Armenio, A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U. And the 15 seconds is complete. And down here at the bottom, I can hit upload voice. And it says I was successful. And now I can take a picture. And I'm just going to click the little camera on the bottom. And we can use this photo. And now I can upload this image as well. And hit finish. Okay, so now that is complete. So, I don't know how long it takes to update. Hold on now, let me. So, for the client, they just did their part, whatever they need to do before their Quanta capsule session. So now, me as the practitioner, I can go in and I see pending scans, and I'm going to click on that. And so we're just going to go right here to the bottom. Hold on. That's just showing who. So now if I click continue with new analysis. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I need to go into access my client records first. Okay, sorry, I forgot that little step. So let's go to access your client records, and I'm going to put in my name. Oh, sorry, I have a little, and we want to go to edit. So if anybody puts in the chat if you need me to do that again so that you can see it, but you have to hit edit, not go into the scan. And here is where I want to add in my email address that's associated with the Quanta capsule. So I'm going to type in my email again. Okay, my birth date is in there, my full name. And now I can hit save. So now when we go back out, this is not really adding, it's not starting the new client. It's just to tell you, show you who you have a pending information from. Claire, that's your sense, right?
Yeah, and then what you do is you continue with the new analysis, and then
Or do I
you
have to go, I have to go into my client records to do it?
no continue with new analysis at the bottom
And now
and
I just hit, now I can
import.
import, and now I type in,
If you tap add to your members, yeah.
yeah, this is the part I didn't want to, I think I just hit okay. Denise Michelle Armenio, AEIOU, AE. Okay, so now that it's imported that, you can hit the voice harmonics and you will still hear the tone. Are you hearing it, Claire?
Yeah. Intermittently.
I think I forgot to hit, hold on a second.
And the
The
share.
yeah, I forgot to hit the little, okay, hopefully it works now because it makes me turn off the voice isolation. So now we can click next.
Well, we've just got your Quanta capsule screen, so we haven't got the
Oh,
genius screen.
now you have both, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now I can just click continue. And here's the new picture. I have the same shirt on, so you can tell I just took the picture of it. And I can hit begin analysis here. And are you hearing the sound on that? Because I didn't really hear sound on that.
A little bit.
I'm going to bypass the affirmation on this today. You know what I always put it in on that. We can hit begin analysis. And I'm just going to, it's not making the noise. Hold on, guys. This sound thing is annoying. Let's just see. I'm just going to do a quick balance here for a second to see if we could hear it. Do you hear it? Okay, Lisa
Intermittent.
says no. Claire?
Well, it's sort of intermittent at best. Very low. Yeah.
Well, we may not hear. I don't know why it's not the sound's coming off unless I turn off the share sound. Okay. So let's just go into system overview. We need to do so we could do begin analysis here. If anybody has their Quanta capsules and they can work along with me, I would recommend that you do that. Just that way, if you run into any glitches, we can try to troubleshoot them now. Okay, so let's go to system overview. And I'm just going to add in the top 50, bottom 50. And I'll do that again after I remove the libraries. So now I have my 200 items. And I'm going to hit the play to go to the main hold tray. We can hit analysis, begin analysis. And I do not hear any sound in here, guys. But it's okay because it all goes through the quantum field. So, okay, so I'm just going to hit the highs. I'm just going to work with the highs and I'm going to run that for, I'll put it on 0 and run it for 30 seconds. We don't even have to run it that long, but we can stop it now. Okay, so I had a good rectification on this. It's 66%. So now I can export this to the capsule. And I'm just going to put now my email address again. And I'm going to hit add. And now I could hit OK. And it says email sent to users down on the bottom. It's a little bit hard to read, but it will tell you down where that percent rectification is. So now I will get an email, hopefully. And here it is. So I'm just going to show it this way. So here's the email that came through. And I know you guys can't read it, but I'm going to type in. So now I can go to my Quanta capsule and I'm going to go to hit the navigation bars at the top to the back office. And it says import my Quanta code. So here we are. And now I can type it in. Okay, and now if I just hit OK, and here it is. So it's going to expire in 6 days. Today it's not counting today, so you have 7 days. There are 2 free bonus playlists that you can listen to. And now I'm just going to hit load. Okay, so these are all the items that showed up that I played for about those 16 seconds. When you see it here, it's in alphabetical order. These are not on the Genius, they're in their high, medium, and low, so that's why it's hard to see some of these that are coming up, but you can see C1 here. Where's baby shots loaded? Oh, well, I'm not going to say that out loud. So, okay, so now I can choose to add all these items to the tray up here by pressing on the, yep, Lisa, did you have a question? Oh, okay. I'm going to add all items to the tray. And if we look at the tray, you can see that they're all here. Okay, so there's 93 items. And then this is similar to when we're using the Genius, right? You can set the timer here. I'm going to put it down to 0 so I can just play it for as long as I want. And I can hit play. But we also have the option now to go in here, to go back in here, and we can look at the change my frequency, shape, and form. So you can either use the default tone generator, or you can go to the archetype encoding, which is where I like to put it, and at 50%. We can put in, take away the chimes and bells and maybe just do nature sounds. And maybe I want to have inner bliss instead of addictions, and mood enhancement. And then we can go and I would put it on alternating. Now, for everybody who's the practitioner out there, your clients are not going to know what any of this stuff means. So I would really suggest that after, your session, you instruct them on, what they should be filling out here, because they're going to have no idea, unless they are a Genius user themselves. So anyway, that would be my recommendation for that. And then you can arrow out and then hit play. And now we have that fun graphic. I'm sorry we don't have sound. Maybe it's because I have the 2 of these sharing. I don't know. And I can stop it. Okay, there's not a percent rectification on this, so it's just running for the amount of time. The other thing you can also talk to your client about is that they could add fractals to their balancing. So if they click on, again, I can show you where I was, add fractals to my balancing. And they can choose one of these. So let's choose, every day I feel myself get better and better, and I am strong and fearless. So if I begin on that and now hit the play button, now you can see I have a whole new experience on what I am looking at and viewing. I do have it on 0 minutes, so the timer on the bottom isn't really showing like the red going across the bottom. And I believe if I hit this stop, I think this button up at the top right stops the fractals, or just stops everything altogether. So if we were to hit the back arrow now out of here, now we're back to this main tray, and we can open that up. There is also the timer again down here if you wanted to change it. and you see it change the time that you're setting it to is over here on the bottom right hand side. Um, access my report. Okay, the reason why that's I have to go into the Genius. If you want to send them their report, I can back out of here and go to the back office and go to reports. And now if you go to quick overview report and click on that, you can see down at the bottom, it says export to capsule. I may have missed the boat on this one, guys, because I've already loaded this, so I don't know if it's going to show up. Um, I have a feeling this won't work because I didn't do it ahead of time, but I'm just showing you so you have a sense. So it says the report shared. So let's just see what happens if we go into here. I don't think it's going to work from here. Oh, it did. Look at that. Okay. So here's my report. And now you can see it shows everything that we just saw on the Genius. It's showing on the Quanta capsule. So that's kind of neat information for your clients to be looking at. Uh, hmm, does this look different? Well, this looks different. Whoops. Um, so we'll have to, is everything else here the same? Yeah. So 90, 90. Hold on, guys. I just want to make sure this is the same. 10%. Oh, yeah, no, it's right. I guess I just couldn't see the toxicity one on the bottom. Okay, so it's exactly the same. So if your clients, like getting all this information, which they probably do, you can send them this information as well from the back office. And if you're, let's just see, if you want to shop the Genius Nutrition, so if your client wants to buy any of the new supplements that we have from here, they would put the practitioner's email address in. And I'm not going to do it because it's going to take me off this screen, but in this case, me being the practitioner, I would type in my email address, hit got it, and it would take me to the supplements page on the Inside Health Apps website. And there they can select whatever supplements they wanted and can purchase them right through there. So that's really neat thing for them to be able to use. The other thing, again, you can take your little course for the Quanta capsule and get your certificate of completion. And your custom playlists are in here. So this again is going to have, this is what we saw before. You can edit this. So if I wanted to take, this is the email that I did today, I could hit the little edit button and I can call this playlist something. So I could say Denise, what's today's date? 7/6/23 session and hit OK. And now, they know if they have multiple sessions or multiple codes, what those codes are. So it's just easier for them to track it. And this up down button is just going to show you what is included, what are the items in that playlist. Again, for the client, I don't know, some clients that may be helpful for, but or not. Sometimes they just like looking at it. Is there anything else? You can clear your playlist. I don't wanna will it clear automatically if I go into clear my playlist here?
Well, it says just the tray there, doesn't it? So it should just the
Clear the tray, but we don't need to clear the tray. Instructions, if you go into instructions, this just gives you videos on to watch on setting up and registering and how to use the Quanta capsule, but those probably aren't as updated as this current video is right now. So make sure you save this and know where to find it on YouTube under Inside Health Apps. Trying to think, track my aura. This is a great little function. I don't have access to it right now, but if any of your clients want to pay the $1.99 monthly fee, you will be able to send them their aura pictures. So you might have clients that they may like to get that information from. So that's what that is. And is there anything else in here that someone would like me to cover that I didn't already cover? If you want to change your password, you can do that by going here and log out. We don't need to do delete accounts that Claire, what um I forget on this one. Sorry guys, this is all brand new to us too.
if they delete account there, then it will remove the Quanta capsule and it will also remove them
Everywhere.
from your database on the Genius, I believe.
So just be careful before you go into that. So and this is again where you can access those videos if you haven't used the Quanta capsule before. We don't need to look at it. And here is also where if I click on this, remove all items from tray, clear main tray, yes. And then if I just wanted to add a few items, you could see now that the main whole tray is clear. And if I just wanted to hit a few items, I could just drag and drop them. Again, you know, for clients, you're going to have to be really specific on some of this stuff. I would usually always advise them just to add all the items to the tray, but maybe if it's someone that is, is a little bit more sophisticated or knows how the Genius works, they may just want to add a few items in here, or you can tell them just work on one item today. That would have to be instructions from you as a practitioner to the client, but right now I just have these 5 items that I entered randomly, and then you could hit play and run those. So that's how that all works. And so let's just see on the chat. Is there any other questions for anybody in there? Or on something, other areas that you have not, that you've wanted to ask and haven't?
I've been trying to keep up. Margaret had a good question regarding, do
Okay.
you have to send everything that is
From the Genius mean?
yeah, from the Genius, and actually you
No.
get to choose. Yeah, you get to select what frequencies you
So,
send.
right, just like, whoops, I'll show you, Margaret. So if I click on if we're in progressive insights, whichever ones you select and then hit export to capsule will be the ones that are included on that code. But you can conceivably send multiple codes if you so choose to your client. Let's say maybe you want to send them the bioterrain or just some minerals, and say, run your minerals first and then go to my session, the next, um, whatever frequencies you run. So you could send them two codes. That's really up to you. And then they would have to upload and work with two codes at a time. But yeah, you don't have to send everything on here, just whatever is checked off. And it's not just checking off, you actually have to hit play. So, you could put it on play and run it for 5 seconds and it would still go, but it has to run for a certain amount of time. Um, did that answer all your questions, Margaret? I'm just trying to read them all. Is there any option for the future just to have a playlist as is from a session without having to add or select some? Well, yeah, I would just have them add all items to the tray, Margaret. That way they don't have to make any decisions there. Pam is asking if a person has different emails for the Genius and Quanta capsule, how will you work with that? Well, Pam, for me right now, I have them both set up at this as the same one, but
I'm different. I've got
what?
one Quanta capsule and my Genius under a different email, and that works fine. It depends
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, you're not actually going to be sending them frequencies to the Genius. So you need,
Yeah.
need to know how you are meaning there, Pam. How will you work with that? You just send frequencies to their Quanta capsule.
Is that answering everybody's question? Pam, do you understand? And Margaret, did we answer your questions? I'm trying to see who else. Uh, I think. Okay, so Rosemary, I'm just going up a little higher, asks, couldn't I have tapped add my members when and pick yours and go back instead of yes, Rosemary, I could have. I chose to do it that way because I did not want my other Quanta Capsule members to show up on the YouTube here. So that was a deliberate thing for me to do so that I don't reveal everybody else's email addresses so that I could keep it private. Um and I think I've went through all these questions. If anybody has a question that wasn't answered, please let me know, or you can unmute yourself. And oh, there's more questions that just popped in. Okay, so Lisa, I was finding frequency, shape, and form was showing up for a client as I had ran them for the person. This was before the update. Do you know if this will still be the case with this update? Well, let's see. It may have to be set up ahead of time, but let's just see where I was here. So I did update my computer yesterday, so that might be the case. So thank you, Lisa. That may be why mine were not showing up there. So I will have to, everybody, I would just say take note of that for right now because I would have to back out and see if that happened, but that makes a lot of sense. So thanks, Lisa. And anyone else? Should you just want to unmic? Does anybody have questions on any other topics while we're here?
Margaret's asking the question whether the fractals changed or was that just for the MacBook Air?
I think, well, I don't know. I have my phone here, so let's look.
I think
Think
they've
that they're
always been
same.
like that, actually. Yeah, it's quite a good range there on the
So
front.
here's the fractals on my phone. I think it's the same. They're just in a different order. Clarity, clarity, white, every day. So if I go into the fractals here, they're just displayed differently, but they're the same. I don't know if you could read them. They're all the same ones. When, oh, you're saying the graphics look different? Oh, that I don't know. Um, I don't have any in my phone to test that out.
They're like the ones on the water harmonizer, actually, similar.
That I'm seeing on my Mac. I don't know what the ones are on the,
Up
if
on the
they look
quad.
different on the iPhone or not. That's what you're saying, Margaret, right? Is that they look different? Okay, so that which ones do you have, which do you have selected though? Claire, which one is that? Maybe it's for the different.
I don't remember which I had selected. Clarity.
Clarity. Okay, so let's just put clarity on. And let me, oh, that's a different looking. That looks different. And there's no sound again. Hmm. All right, well, let's see if a different one does a different.
Yes, you
Uh, let's see what Joy. Oh, did I not hit? Hold on.
in.
It still looks different, right? On mine?
That's different. Yeah.
Oh, but that's sort of,
Quite funky.
I don't know. We'll have to investigate that. I don't know what's the right. Probably whatever on your iPad or phone is correct. As sometimes it's gonna look different on the MacBook Air. And that was the one we had selected for clarity. I don't even know if they should look somewhat different. We can hit Joy. Does yours look different? If what does it yours look like if you hit Joy?
Yeah, see, mine are coming back to like the water harmonizer ones. I'm not getting the full picturesque landscape that you are.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to ask Ryan about that. So, again, any like odd things that you guys are finding, just email. You could email me or support, and we'll get an answer for you on that. But I don't know what it was supposed to look like. So I'm sorry. I don't know which one is the correct version of it. But so that's what we have. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. If anybody has, again, any other questions or questions on something that's not Quanta Capsule related, we do have about, a little bit more than 10 minutes left. It's not really enough time to do a scan or a training, so happy to open the floor for any questions anyone has. If there are any. You guys are so quiet. No questions? You're gonna get out of school early today? And so if you guys don't have any questions, Claire, do you have anything you want to add, or Connie, anything about the, I know Margaret likes my graphics, so I'll put in a good word for that one.
Yeah, I liked your graphics. They were good. And I think we're spoiling people with the Quanta capsule. They get almost their own entire genius experience.
I
So
know they do. They
it's
do.
amazing.
So, anyway, yeah, they really can do a lot with it, and adjust it quite a bit if they know what they're doing. So, anyway, is it one email and code per session? Again, um, you could send as many codes as you want to your client. That's up to you on how you want to run your session. Remember, every once they upload the code, it only lasts for 7 days. So, if you wanted to send them 4 codes, so it would last them a month, let's say they have monthly sessions, that's your choice to do that. I mean, that's how your relationship with your client. If you only want them to have access to the code for 7 days and then they need to schedule a session with you to get another code, that's how you choose to run your practice and your business. So, um the only thing that is unchangeable is the amount of time that that code lasts, and it only lasts for 7 days once it's uploaded. Oh, each time you upload the capsule, do they get another email?
Yes.
They get an email when we send the code. So if in one session, I sent them 4 codes, they would get 4 emails. Yes, every time I sent it.
And just to say, you don't have to wait the full 7 days till you send another lot of code. You
Right.
can just send new codes after 2 days or, midweek or
Right. So if you're working on a client and they want to address sleep issues, you can send them the frequencies for just sleep issues. If you've ran frequencies for detoxing, you could send them those frequencies just for detoxing, and so on. And then when they open it up, they can choose to run the detox frequencies or the sleep frequencies. So, but again, that is, up to you as a practitioner on how you want to work and engage with your client. Everybody may have different ways to do that. Margaret's asking, how many days do you have when it starts saying expiring soon? It sometimes just says expiring soon and not the number of days. Um, I well, it's gonna say where you load the items, I think, how many days left. Let me just see.
mm, my playlist is saying expiring soon, but that was uploaded on the 30th of the 6th.
Right, but it's gonna give you well, it says expires in 6 days, so that doesn't that's not gonna update every day? I've never looked that closely at it before, to be quite honest. Where can you see? So it says expires in 6 days. So in 2 days, is that gonna say expires in 4 days?
Yes, maybe the expiring soon, which is that one, top one,
Okay, I guess they're just gonna have to do the math. I mean, when it was downloaded,
is like
the
7
7 days.
days.
Yeah.
It's kind of now.
They probably just need to have more calculations in there that they didn't put in to have, the exact amount of days. So, um, they're just gonna have to keep track of when they uploaded it. Anything else? And I would send your clients those videos, or have them review the videos before they watch, to set up, because usually when there's issues with the Quanta capsule, a lot of times they're putting in the wrong email address. So just be careful, because sometimes practitioners may have a business email, but that may not be the email that's associated with your Genius. So if the client puts in, let's say, the business email that you have, but that's not your Genius email, it's not going to go through. And that's where we find a lot often when people call up and say the capsule's not working, or we need something done, they can't send me their stuff and they're freaking out. It's usually an email typo or some kind of miscommunication on what the email is. So just always be really clear on what that is, and if you have like that business email that's different from your Genius email, I would say it's probably a good idea to make them the same, just so that they don't have that confusion. But, sometimes you can't, it's not a perfect world, but just make sure that they know they need to put in your Genius email when they want to send you their picture or whatever information they want to upload. And again, the same, make sure that they're giving you, the email that they registered their Quanta capsule with. A lot of times people set it up and they forget what they set it up with, and then you end up with problems. So for troubleshooting, always just make sure that you have those right before you check in, because usually that's the problem. And let's see. And Margaret's saying under the playlist title, it sometimes says, oh, okay, expiring soon. Uh, so can they buy a capsule from the practitioner or the website? On your Genius, they can purchase, the practitioner can purchase the Quanta capsule and sell them to their client. Does that make sense? So through the Genius in Quanta membership. Okay.
V has a hand raised.
Oh,
Hi.
V.
Hi. Hey. I got in a little late, so I
Mhm.
don't know if you have already mentioned this, but it's just some people might not know that they can name the playlists. Did you talk about that
Yes, we
in
did.
the
Custom
capsule?
playlists, you
Okay,
can.
good. Okay, okay.
So the only thing that
Because
happens
that's
though
very
is
helpful, especially.
when you name the playlist, I like naming it, but for those that may want it, once you name it, the day that you upload it disappears. So, maybe they want to, include what day it will expire from the beginning, so that they have that information. You may want to tell them if that is an issue for them. I mean, some people won't need to know like the exact day it expires, but you want to put in on the
I usually
title.
put, yeah, I usually put the date that I sent it. And not, I mean, I don't know if that helps anybody or not, but I put the date I send it. But
Well,
anyway,
the day that it's
you were talking
uploaded,
about the
that the
different.
7 days starts. So the
Okay.
day that they upload it, if they want to edit, and say, minerals, they could put expires, and they could figure out what 7 days is and put that right there on the title name for that custom playlist. And maybe that will help. Since it only says expiring soon, maybe, that will just give them a better sense of when it expires.
Hi, this
Yeah.
is Pam. I have a question.
Sure.
So if I want them to use the same one particular uh, playlist week after week. Is there a way I can do that?
You'd have to send them the same playlist week after week. It's going to expire in 7 days. We can't change that. So
So I
if
have to
you
run that
choose
thing
to
all over.
send,
Sorry. So then I have to run that all over again and then send it because there's no other way to do it.
correct, but you know, let's just say, for example, you're sending them their minerals, right? And they're
Yeah.
gonna use that for 7 days. You could, in that one session, send it to them, for argument's sake, 4 times so they can listen to it for 4 weeks. But I don't know that that's honestly the ideal thing to be doing because they may not need all those minerals. They may need different ones. So depending on what you're sending, it's it's optimally it's better if you send them weekly or run a new session because not everything is if everything is doing what it should be doing, they should be balancing.
How about the, bioterrain primer?
What do you mean? What's you
If I send them the bioterrain primer, uh, include everything in it, and then ask them to kind of do it every week.
Well, you could, but the one code is only going to last for 7 days. So you would need to make the decision if you're going to send it to them 4 times in from that session and they have 4 codes, or are you going to run it, you know, again the following week and send them the code. That you need to decide how you're going to do that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Well, it's 3 o'clock. If we don't have any more questions, does anybody have anything that they would like to go over next week or that they want help with that we can do a training on next week, or um, we can just run with a different topic or different topics? You can email me, Denise at Inside Health Apps, and I would be happy to. Neuro Remedy. Yes, we can do that, Margaret. And thank you for reminding me because that I think was corrected in this last update. So Connie, you heard this here. Next week we're doing neuro remedies. So everybody, I look forward to seeing you all next week and we will go over neuro remedies. So play with it a little bit this week, see if you have any questions, and we will dive into neuro remedies next week. All right, have a great week, everybody. So good to see you, and we will talk soon. Bye.
Bye.